Wham band! Wham band! Welcome back to Alchemy Body Conditioning Superhumans. I'm your head coach, Coach Clay, bringing you version 3 banded exercise demonstrations. We went through the warm-up in the beginning and the mobilization. We moved to the lower body, one of my favorites, and we're now on the upper body. So again, if you haven't yet, go back and check out the first stage of this video series. Make sure you got your warm-up in. It will include how to do that with bands. We're moving on to the upper body. So lots of variations. Again, highly underutilized and misunderstood creatures, these poor exercise bands. These are closed chain bands. If you forgot some, great. If you're one of my clients, we've done a lot of these before, but now you can do them on your own, whether you're quarantined at home or on the road, trying to get your exercise routine in and stay on track. Stay on target. All right, upper body. So here's a straightforward one. A lot of these movements I'm going to show you from the ground, kneeling. So what that's going to do is it's going to offset the body. It's going to take us into a position that we're not usually training in. It's actually going to engage the core a little more than usual. What I'm doing is I'm taking the band around the back, just underneath the scapula. My elbows are nice and free. We're going to start off with some alternating chest press. So I'm going to kneel. Alternating chest press, I'm going to straight ahead, and before this arm comes all the way back, as soon as this arm starts to move back, I'm going to start pressing already. So that way I have constant movement. If I need more tension, I can take the band around the arms on the outside of the body, and I can do the same thing. Still want to focus on keeping the knuckles down, nice and strong wrists. So a lot of pressing will happen, and we'll get into this hyper extended position, causing muscle imbalances and improper force tension for extended amounts of repetitions and time under a high amount of load. That's when we get into issues. Yes, my wrist should be able to do this, but should it do it all the time under as much load as possible? Probably not. That's when we're going to get into issues. So what I'm going to do is tighten up the wrist, knuckles up. So I'm going to alternate first. I can also add dual movement together at the same time. What I can also do is, if this is too light, maybe this is the only band I have. Maybe I didn't have a bunch of bands behind me that I could just go grab some more bands. What I'm going to do is take some slack out, shorten the band up, and do single arm only. Got a lot more tension now. I have to focus a lot harder now. If you're good at push-ups and you want to get both at the same time, I can take this band still around the back just like I am. We're still focusing on chest press, which is chest, anterior delt, triceps. I'm going to lock my elbows down on my side so I can keep this band right where I want it. I'm going to get into my push-up position. I'm going to do banded push-ups. Max tension at the top of the push-up. It's great for that full extension. I'm squeezing the heels together, keeping the stomach tight. My body's moving like a plank. If you need a little assistance on the push-up, you could use your knee to hinge on the way up. But at the top of that push-up, I still want you to lock out like a plank. So that was some quick banded press movement. What I'm going to do now is take this band under the opposite foot. So it's under my left foot. I'm going to grab with the right hand. We're going to work on some overhead press. Still focusing on bicep to ear. I like this because what I can do is add a little bit of rotation to the spine. So I'm going to lightly rotate to my right, do some overhead press to the right, and I can rotate in towards the leg, and get some overhead press to the left. Because believe it or not, in real life, you're probably not going to be always pressing like a robot, like we do in the gym. Gym work is very linear. Real life, lots of movements and curved, I would say, movement patterns. Lots of rotations there. So you want to add some rotation in your training at a safe speed, under a safe load, probably under the guidance of a trainer. So, it was overhead press. You can band single and go double overhead press as well. Still targeting biceps to ears. I don't have to have a tight grip because this band is going to grip itself. So I can keep the force out of my hands and really focus redirecting the energy into the delts and the core, keeping the stomach tight. So that was some press movements. I'm going to move along just so that way I can show you as much as I can. You can pick apart this workout or do an entire upper body workout. 3 sets of 10. Keep the time under tension, which means your pace, your tempo, nice and slow. So I'm banded underneath my lead foot. I've got the bands in both hands. What I'm gonna do is take my free leg, step nice and far back, toes are down. I'm gonna hinge at the hips, take my hips out just a little bit, keep the shoulders nice and tight. And what I can do is, what I wanna do right now, I wanna take the band around the wrist. I'm gonna open up the grip. I'm closing my hands around the band. You got a really solid grip. You're trying to carry all the groceries at once. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead with the shoulders. I'm gonna pinch the shoulder blades back and then drive the elbows up. I'm adding the exhale, so the diaphragm adds force exhalation into the lats, and teres major, minor, and serrated anterior are all a part of that. So if I'm pulling and adding that strong exhale, I'm getting the most out of that muscle group as well as my diaphragm for the core. So what I can also do is band underneath. Say I need a lot of tension. So let's say I'm like really good at pulling. I like to think that I am at least. I can take both ends of the band under one foot, take that lead foot forward, take my big step backwards with the opposite leg. So I'm banded on the left. Right hand is going to do the pull. So my right leg goes back. So a nice and open space around the right. Now what I'm doing, I have a lot of tension here, and I can get a good strong pull. And again, when we're talking about rotation, we can add slight rotation, so I can pull and add like a 5 to 10 degree rotation. Because guess what? Your spine is built to rotate. It's a rotating machine. To a degree, obviously. Now if we train it to stay super stiff all the time with no rotation, it's going to think, and your brain's going to think, oh, rotating my spine must be bad, I won't rotate. So then you go to rotate one time and put your seatbelt on and, oh, my back! I work out all the time. Yeah, you never rotate, so there you go. So don't forget, use a trainer that knows what they're doing, especially with the nervous system, because your nervous system is ultimately in control of all your muscles. Train with a trainer who knows what they're doing. Hire me, we can train online, I can talk to you via email. Follow along with the videos, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, so I, Coach Clay, your superhuman trainer, can continue to bring you more banded exercise demonstrations, motivational talks, and workout ideas for you, my wonderful superhumans. So, a couple movements that we practice. The rowing, we're still on pulling. We're gonna go to the ground. I'm gonna put my thumbs through the band. I'm gonna do my fancy pistol squat, because that's how we all get to the ground, right? Pistol squat manner. Put the band around the feet. And what I can do now is I can actually crisscross. So left to right, right to left. I'm gonna drive those elbows back and out wide. So I get like a lateral wide row. Stomach stays tight. I can single arm row it. Get a little bit of that retention. Woo! Again, lots of options. I can do upright movements as well. I can band under the foot. So I'm going to show you a little advanced movement just for fun. So I'm going to band behind the heel. It's hooked under the thumb. Over the shoulder. Right leg out to the side. I'm going to lunge to my left. I'm going to overhead press on the left. Take it out. Forward press on the right, on the left. Yeah, dig in. Feel that contraction there. Fun part is that movement is not always just the same forward press, overhead press. I could lock this in tight, especially if you're in sports or athletics. Maybe you have to defend from the side. Maybe I'm gonna work across the body. Really like the bands, very versatile, multiple directions you can go in. You're really limited only by your imagination or your education. So if you need to learn more about these bands, stay tuned. Again, hit subscribe. I'll be putting some more out. Thank you for watching. Appreciate everything. Looking forward to having you back when we can do some more banded exercise demonstrations. Again, my name is Coach Clay. Please hit subscribe. Really appreciate it. Hit share. Stay tuned. We're going to do more banded exercise demonstrations in the future. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day and keep moving forward.